morning, everybody, and welcome to the Stitchin Post. I'm Nancy. This is Knitting with Nancy. And today we're going to go over the knitting and talk about, did you do your swatch? This is the time. Have you gotten your yarn? I'm going to show you some new yarn that we just got in like yesterday, and I was just so excited. It wasn't what we were going to show today. I had other new yarn. If you look on our website, we have other new cotton yarn coming in, but this is just so exciting, and I'm going to get to it in about 30 seconds because I want to let you know today we're going to go over the short rows. Regardless of which pattern you use, whether it be the quintessential cardigan, the go-to cardigan, or when I'm making the library vest, they all incorporate short rows. So what is a short row? A short row could be considered like a dart in your knitting. It is a way, a lot of times on top-down sweaters, for the yoke, you'll do short rows along the back. And what that does, if you just made a crew neck pullover and you cast on, let's say 60 stitches or 80 stitches for the neck, your worsted weight, and you knit out and you're increasing for your arms. If you go to put that on, you're going to have it way up here all the way around. It's going to be really uncomfortable, trust me. But some people like that. I do not. So if you think about the top of your back, the base of your neck or head, and the base of your neck here, there's about a 2-inch difference if you look at your skeleton. So short rows get put in the back because what it does is add more fabric along the back of your garment, and then it dips the front of your garment down, keeping the same amount of stitches. So how do we do that? There's a couple of techniques. These short rows are on the bottom, so it's putting a little dip in the lower back. So if you have a bum like me, it's going to lay flat, and Val's showing me her bum, so hers is half the size of my bum. Cute. Anyway, and the same in the front, and it's so the sweater lies evenly around your body. So it's a nice technique. These church mouse patterns are using a technique called clip and turn, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. But if you don't like clip and turn, I'm going to show you a wrap and turn as well as a German short rows. I did the clip and turn here. My favorite, though, is German short rows. So here we go. First off, you need my favorite stitch markers. They are opening stitch markers. These are from Coco Knits. And the reason why is because we're going to clip. If you don't have these and don't care to get them, safety pins, open stitch markers, but you need something, here I'll lay it down, excuse me, that opens. I'm gonna use my sweater to show you, but look at these neat, we're gonna reorder these today actually. These are also Coco Knits stitch stoppers. I'm absolutely loving these. I can't lose them. We also have the metal tubes for circular needles. I didn't bring them over. They're, what are they called? Because they're from Clover, I think, or Knitter's Pride, excuse me. And they're circular stitch holders, and we have those back in stock, so they're online. So Val is gonna come behind me for a minute, and I am just going to knit, and we're going to pretend I'm following the pattern to where it says to stop. So I've knit 5 or 6 stitches, and now it says clip and turn. So you're going to take your open stitch marker. I want to open this just so Val can also, this is the special technique written here, so you can read it in detail of it. But here we go. You are actually clipping the bar below your knitting. So from the row below, and I'm just going to close this. turn my work. It then tells you, because I want to read this correctly, because this is, you must clip the locking marker around the working yarn at the wrong side and turn work. I did it the stitch below, but it's the yarn, the actual yarn. I'm doing a different clip and turn, and I'm sorry. Whoops. So you're putting a clip in. Then before you, up against the wrong side, before you slip the first stitch of the next row, don't let the marker slide down. So I've turned my work, it's snugged up, I'm slipping that first stitch, it's really tight, and now I'm going to my purl row. And I'm going to purl back. And I believe it's Japanese clip and turn, where you clip the bar below and you pick that bar up. Now, let's read next. Closing that gap. You're going to knit across the row to the first turning gap, using the marker to lift gently, don't pull, that marked strand across the gap onto the left needle with the right leg in front. Knit the marked strand and the next stitch together. So here we go. Find my needle. Val's laughing at me. So we're having fun. So, and I can hear Jackie on the phone behind me. By the way, how's the volume, everybody? Are we good today? Seems good. Seems good. Okay, here we go. Here is the clipped stitch. You pick that up onto the bar, unclip, and knit the two together. And let me go a little further. And what you have done, can you see that then there is no gap? Pretty cool, huh? Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to go a little farther. And for those who don't like that technique, although it is very easy, a wrap and turn. Come to your turning point. Pull the yarn in front. Slip as if to purl. Yarn to the back. Slip the stitch back. Turn your work. You have now given that stitch a little hug. Can you see it? You have wrapped that stitch. I'm going to purl my way back a few stitches. And now, pretending I'm all the way at the back, if I'm turn, let's go back to that. Where's my yarn? And when you get to your wrap and turn, and you can see it because here's that hug right there. Mm-hmm. You're going to pick that up and your stitch and knit the two together. And let's go a little further and you'll see what that one looks like. And there you go. You can't see it. That's so cool. Last one. German short rows. So, German short row. Go to where you, let me do one more stitch. Sorry. Go to where you're turning. Turn your work. yarn is all the ways to the front, I always say to your nose, so to you, regardless if it was a knit or a purl that you're on. Slip as if to purl. You are going to take that yarn straight over the back. And now can you see, and Val, can you, I've made bunny ears. Now because I'm purling, I'm gonna bring that yarn right back to the front and purl the next stitches, or like I said, I would be purling all the way back. When you turn, you're all the way back. When you come back, let me just knit back, you can see that stitch looks like a double stitch. So knit up to that bunny ears, double stitch, and you knit it together as one. If it was a purl, you would purl it together as one. But you must go through all the pieces. And now let me do a few stitches. And again, let's put this now all the way down. You can't tell, it's here. So here's one, and here's the other. This gap is because I turned there. So all three work beautifully. You must use an open stitch marker to put around your working yarn. If you don't, you will not be able to unknit it. You will have to cut it out. And if it's metal, that's hard. Are there any questions? Oh, goody, none.
I told my kids last night that I'm like an expert knitter who doesn't actually knit because I've learned so much from you.
So next week I'll have the back done, and I'm going to show you how to do two fronts at the same time. But before now, we're going to switch to the yarn to show off this new yarn. So this is a mono yarn. The distributor is Barocco. You know we have some other ones up there. Last year we brought in Sammy, which is 100% cotton. We will have that as well, again, a DK weight. We have the Apu, which is 100% alpaca, probably one of my favorite alpacas. Well, this is Awa. I love the names. I love the labels. Val, can you flip a label over? I know it's the price on front, but look at how pretty that label is. They do the nicest labels. So this is 55% baby alpaca, my favorite color, 26% merino wool, and 19% Pima cotton. It is a chained yarn. What does that mean? It's a chained yet, so it's all woven together. It's 328 yards. It is a DK weight, size 6 needle for $17.60. It's beautiful. I'm going to pull this book over because this is the Amano book that we have had, and we just love it. And here we have the Awa. And this shawl pattern in this book is going to be a late spring, early summer knit along here. Because when I'm done with this knit along, I have a really fun wraparound little shawl that we're going to do in one of our other new yarns, just because it's so luscious and yummy. And I'll probably debut that in about 3 weeks after we're almost done with this. And then I thought we would do this poncho. A lot of people are asking me about ponchos, and I think that's a pretty one. Plus, I just want to knit with this yarn. It's so nice. And my color. The other book we got back in stock for those is the Increase Decrease book. We had been out for a little while. It is I have so many favorite books, it's silly, but I really like this for my library. It goes into a lot of different types of increases and decreases. So that, and we're getting the cast-on bind-off book in. Again, this took a cable cast-on. I like that. I did teach that. Go back to one of our other videos, and you'll see I did do a cable cast-on. If not, if you have questions, call me here. I hope you have a great week. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Sisters. I hope it is where you are, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
It won't finish.
It won't finish. Oh no, I'm still on.
You are still on.
I'm still on.
Hold on.
That's okay. We're gonna try to figure it out.